The painful truth about Keanu Reeves. Being a star in Hollywood has never been easy. It is even harder if the person has been growing up surrounded by the film industry. This is the story of one of the most famous and at the same time one of the most humble and nice of them all, Keanu Reeves, whose path through life has not been always pleasant and easy. Therefore, we present the painful truth about Keanu Reeves. Starting up from his background, Keanu Reeves' father, Samuel, was born in a quite wealthy family. He met the actor's mother during his journey to Lebanon. Not long afterwards, they had two children, Keanu and Kim. Unfortunately, the pair did not last long, and Samuel Reeves decided to leave them when Keanu was only 3 years old. He did not stop contacting his children though. Well, for some time, until the actor was 13, there was some kind of communication. However, such experiences always leave their imprint on everybody who is involved, especially the children. And so years later, during his interview for The Guardian in 2019, Keanu said, "For sure, I think it's definitely traumatizing. But it's hard to know how it affected me, because I don't know what the other life would have been. You know what I mean?" The whole situation had more implications as the actor's mother decided to move to New York, got married again to the director Paul Aaron, and that definitely changed the world of a boy. Stability was difficult for him as they kept on moving from time to time. That also made any kind of further contact with his father worse. There was a moment when he tried to reconnect with his son, but the circumstances of that situation were somewhat inconvenient. He was seeking contact after being convicted for selling heroin. Keanu referred to that situation when talking to The Guardian. "Yeah, in the mid-90s, but I didn't reach back out." And next, on the matter of drugs. "That wasn't why I didn't get in touch. I just didn't." Hey, if you would like to find out more about some Hollywood actors, subscribe to our channel and like it, just to make sure you will not miss any of our other videos and ideas. During his school years, Keanu Reeves wasn't the best student at school. Not maybe the real troublemaker, but always the one with big mouth, we should say. He enjoyed science fiction films and gadgets, was very good at chess or hockey. He also had some successes when it comes to writing. The problem was that frames just weren't for him. Keanu gave an idea of his behavior while talking to a journalist from the Mail on Sunday. "I used to escape into another world as a kid. It was that whole idea of getting out of my own circumstances, a fascination with distant planets, unknown mysteries, going wherever the imagination could go. I loved Star Wars 2001: A Space Odyssey and Blade Runner. I guess I didn't fit in. I had conflicts and run-ins with the staff. The principal and I didn't see eye to eye. I was one of those why kids, asked too many questions about everything. I couldn't stop, even if it got me in trouble." Although his teachers don't remember him as a bad student, one of them, Paul Warder, a primary school teacher from Toronto, when talking to People magazine said, "I don't think he ever got a class on time. And when he did arrive, he wasn't quite, well, with it. He always left his books at home or forgot his homework, but he'd just smile and go back home and get them, and somehow he did pass his classes." Unfortunately, Keanu's school career did not take long. At the age of 16, he was expelled. Entering the world of Hollywood at an early age is not easy and probably also not that safe. For Keanu, the lesson of real life came suddenly and strong. It was back in the 90s when a young actor, River Phoenix, was getting more and more popular, mainly thanks to his appearance in Stand By Me in 1986. He met Keanu while filming I Love You to Death. Next came the year of 1991 and the film My Own Private Idaho.
"I really want to kiss you, man. Good night, man."
By the time Phoenix finished the production of Idaho with Keanu Reeves, he had been already addicted to heroin, crack, or cocaine. That fact haunted Keanu, as he had been the one who thought that Phoenix would have been perfect for his co-actor in the film, and he had talked him into it just after reading the script. Phoenix's path through the actor's life had been rough, and it ended up in front of a club on the 13th of October 1993 after drug abuse. It has been a difficult subject to talk for Keanu since then, and as one of his friends claims, it's something he thinks about all the time, something he never really talks about. Friends know not to go there with him. That is not the only tragedy that has influenced Keanu's life. Not long after that situation, in 1998, he met Jennifer Syme. At that time, the girl was an actress and a private assistant of such big Hollywood names like David Lynch. They immediately took to each other, and just a year later, Jennifer and Keanu lost their first baby daughter due to stillbirth. For Syme, it led to postnatal depression, as she could not cope with the loss and their relationship ended. Yet the couple remained friends. Soon after that, Syme met Marilyn Manson. After one of the parties in his house, she had a car accident. The car, driven by Jennifer herself, hit other parked cars. Unfortunately, Syme died, and that was a great shock to Keanu, as just the day before, they had been seen eating lunch together. Her death was another sudden and unexpected blow in Reeves' life. Once again, his friend confirmed, he's finding it very, very difficult to cope with her death. Keanu Reeves is an extremely wanted actor, but yet he tries to keep himself to himself. It is really important for him to have a place where he can be quiet and out of sight. During his interview with the Jakarta Post, this is what he said about the place he lives in West Hollywood. Sometimes you feel like an animal in a cage, but in Los Angeles, no one cares. There are definitely paparazzi chasing after you, but I don't go out much. I don't really do anything. I'm pretty boring. At the same time, he has the opinion of a person who's always there for other people, reaching out to the fans who aren't brave enough to come closer, stopping to help strangers if there is the need. Some small things he does not publicly, but just like that. What is more, the actor does not like it when such stories get to the press. When asked about it, he replied, "I'm pretty private, so when that stuff doesn't stay private, it is not that great." Some journalists try to push him a little on that subject, asking if it is not because it looks better that way generally. All that they got was, "No, because it is private." This is also the case when it comes to Reeves' family. When his sister had leukemia, Keanu was there for her. The whole long 10 years of fight, he was at her side. One of his friends described it like this: when she was in the hospital, he was there with her all the time, sitting at her bedside, holding her hand. And this life experience made him start a foundation which helps people with cancer. Once again, quietly, without any massive media coverage, he has done a lot for those who have cancer and for their families. His foundation has been also contributing to a great deal of research work. In Ladies' Home Journal, in 2009, we could read, "I have a private foundation that's been running for 5 or 6 years, and it helps aid a couple of children's hospitals and cancer research. I don't like to attach my name to it. I just let the foundation do what it does." Actors' great love and passion are motorcycles. He said to Esquire, "It's the physical sensation of riding, the wind, the smell, the connection to the machine, the living in nature." As long as the passion is beautiful, the results of many accidents and injuries aren't. Keanu has had a few of them, like the one in 1988, when after taking a turn, he fell off the motorbike and was lying on the road for a longer time and had to say goodbye to his spleen. That did not stop him, and soon there were many more similar stories to be told. He has broken his bones, lost a few teeth, and gained numerous scars. When asked about it, he answered, "You know, it's weird. After the accidents, the adrenaline kicks in, so it's not really painful. Maybe the broken ribs part. That was pretty uncomfortable." When it comes to his professional career, it can look really incredible and impressive, although there have been some decisions that he made that could be described as doubtful. After a great success of Speed 1, the producers proposed to Keanu the next part. However, it did not seem that catchy for the actor. He turned down the proposal and explained,
"It was just a situation in life where I got the script and I read the script and I was like, ah!"
He had his reasons, and the idea of the film just wasn't appealing enough.
Well, bus and cruise ship speed, bus not so fast, but then cruise ship is even slower than a bus. And then I was just like, I love you guys, but I just can't.
That decision had its repercussions. Fox decided to move him aside for a long time. Keanu himself calls that moment a movie jail. He did not get into any blockbusters, was not proposed anything truly interesting. At the same time, his other decisions connected with films did not help him. After years, he was able to tell some jokes about it by claiming, for example, that his movie hit the day the Earth stood still. not that well received by the critics, was in fact something like, "Today my career stood still." But his, let's call it, not the best choices of roles went further than that. The Watcher turns out to be the one that surprised everyone the most. The story of a serial killer, played by Keanu, was rated at 10% on Rotten Tomatoes. What a score for a first-league actor like him. Although here, the situation seems not to be that obvious. According to Reeves, he had been manipulated into the picture and never really wanted to appear in it. A lot of people connected with that production can confirm that, as the actor was said not to be happy about it, especially as the role grew bigger while filming. In the Calgary Sun, we can read his words. "I never found the script interesting, but a friend of mine forged my signature on the agreement. I couldn't prove he did, and I didn't want to get sued for not honoring my contract, so I had no other choice but to do this film." Another role that has been still dragged out is the one from Reeves' early years, when he played Ted Theodore Logan.
Is it frustrating to have people think of you as a complete bozo, when the truth is that you're just a man with below average intelligence?
That remark concerning Keanu's intelligence has never been easy for him. At the beginning of his career, the actor had problems with public speaking and answering a lot of questions. It contributed to the general idea that he's not the brightest person and has been a source of annoyance for the actor for years. When asked about it by a Rolling Stone journalist, he replied, "That's frustrating. That's very frustrating. I get no respect." However, the people who have worked with the actor always had a lot of good things to say about him. Let's just present the statements of Richard Linklater, who directed A Scanner Darkly. "It would be one of the biggest misreadings you could ever do to say, 'That's not a super intelligent person.'" Or Lauren Fishburne from The Matrix saying, "He's also incredibly curious and intelligent. It takes intelligence to be funny. His comic timing is excellent. He survived because he's managed to evolve with the business we're in. That's down to curiosity and intelligence."